The Razer BlackShark V2 has been a staple for gaming headsets for a while. It's just a common, affordable headset that people can use. So with the release of the Kraken V3 Pro, the question is it worth the upgrade? Or if you were considering buying the BlackShark, should you get the Kraken V3 Pro instead? Let's find out. The Razer BlackShark V2 Pro is the classic BlackShark, what we're used to. Of course, it's wireless this time. Still reliable, still has the volume knob on the side, still has the good old microphone, as light as ever it can be. And you have the Kraken V3 Pro. This is a little bit heavier, but of course this has Hypersense, which is tactical feedback, well, on your ears. Now, if you've never experienced that, I'll talk about that just a little. But I'm a person that likes to get down straight to the grain, so both of them have the same audio drivers, the same 50mm Triforce. The BlackShark V2 Pros, however, when I was listening, I'm not an audiophile or this or that, I'm just a guy who wants to game and wants to enjoy the games that I play. When I used the BlackShark V2 Pro, what I noticed is that as far as the sound goes, there is more of a bassier sound to it, and it's noticeably different from the Kraken V3. There's a bassier tone to it, but it tends, in my opinion, it tends to muffle things out, and I would have only known that if I had used the Kraken V3 Pros. So the Kraken V3 Pros, those have a lot more of that treble side of audio. Like I said, I'm not an audiophile. You can just tell. It's really that obvious. If you turn off Hypersense, then you really don't have enough bass, in my opinion, in the Kraken V3 Pros. The reason for that is probably because you have the Hypersense. Now, Hypersense is essentially tactile feedback. So I've been playing a lot of Halo Infinite, for example. When you put it on and you're wearing the Hypersense, when you're in the middle of a match, in the middle of a round, and an explosion goes off, you will get more of a vibration on that specific side if you have some sort of spatial audio, which this includes, of course, the THX surround sound, but you'll get more of a vibration on that specific side or whatever side it comes from. Another cool thing about Hypersense is that the further something sounds, the less of a vibration you get, and the closer something is, the stronger of a vibration you get. It's similar to what you get in a controller, but I will say this. If you have never experienced Hypersense, it is something to experience. As a gamer, this is fun. This is immersive, and it definitely makes the game a whole lot more enjoyable. It's just something that I didn't expect, or nothing I would have experienced. Is it going to make you a better gamer? I don't think so, but is it going to help you enjoy the game more? Absolutely. That's not to down the BlackShark V2 Pro, but the thing with the BlackShark V2 Pro is that there's so much effort on the bass that it's almost muffled. It really, there is a huge difference between the sound of the BlackShark and the sound of the Kraken. If you couldn't tell by now, I prefer the Kraken V3 Pro. I asked people online, how does the microphone sound? The microphone sounds great, and so we'll do a live microphone test in just a moment, and then the BlackShark, I'll also show you the microphone on that one. Before I move on, I'm sorry, I did fail to mention that in the box, you're gonna get the headset, you're gonna get the microphone. They're both detachable, so there's that. You're going to get an auxiliary cable for both of them. And then you're also going to get a charger for both of them. You can actually use them while gaming, so that's really convenient. The only thing is with the Kraken V3 Pros, the Hypersense will not be enabled. At least I haven't gotten it to be enabled while gaming, but I mean, you still get the audio, which is better than not having headset at all. And then also another thing to mention is that the Kraken V3 Pros charge with a USB-C port, whereas the BlackShark V2 Pros charge with a micro USB port. And so that's something else, kind of an upgrade that you get with the Kraken. USB-C is becoming more normalized now. Right now you're listening to the Kraken V3 Pro. So this is what the microphone sounds like. This is kind of the audio quality you can expect. This is what it'll sound, I guess, when you're online and when you're gaming. If you pull the microphone closer, it might be a little louder. And then when you pull the microphone further, it's just a nice way to regulate your volume quickly. If there's any issues online, of course, you can also mute the mic. Shouldn't be able to hear what I'm saying. Here you can hear the BlackShark V2 Pro, kind of what the microphone sounds like and the audio. Of course, it's the same thing about pulling the microphone closer and pulling it further away. There's also the mute button, so if I keep talking and I mute you won't be able to hear what I'm saying. Another major difference with the Kraken and the BlackShark V2 Pro is that the Kraken also has, of course, the LEDs. Now, they're cool. I don't care because when I'm gaming, I can't see them. And I'm not really gaming in front of an audience yet. In addition to that, the materials are different. So if you look at the Kraken, it's got that faux leather, and then it's got like a softer material on the inside. I've used these up to 10 hours in a single day. They are comfortable. They are very, very comfortable. I use size 2. It goes all the way up to 8. On each side. The numbers are labeled for you. Now, with the BlackShark V2 Pro, the material, the faux leather is all the way on the inside, and this material on the outside is like a sporty cloth. It's a little rough on the ears, in my honest opinion. When taking it on and off, the rubbing does begin to kind of hurt a little bit, but the padding on both is nice. I will say the BlackShark V2 Pro also, it feels a little bit smaller, the pads. My ears can't go in as deep into the pads, whereas with the Kraken V3 Pros, my ears got a lot more space to really fit in there comfortably. That's just another thing for me. The comfort of the V3 Pro is higher. It did take me about a day or two to get used to the weight, because I was actually used to the wired BlackShark V2s, but I mean, it was nothing. Like I said, I've worn it 10 hours a day and didn't have a problem with that. Just as a super quick note for those that are gaming, this includes that THX spatial audio, but I heard so much about Dolby Atmos. I bought all this with my own money. This isn't sponsored or anything, but I heard a lot about Dolby Atmos, and it was $15 one-time payment on the PC, and I was like, I need this. So I bought it, and it makes a world of difference. Compared to THX, I'm not saying THX is terrible. I looked at reviews trying to compare them, and Dolby Atmos seems to always come on top, but I can tell where enemies are pretty much anywhere above, below me, all around me, and that goes beautifully with the haptic feedback and the Hypersense of the Kraken V3 Pros. It works amazing. This does help me game better in that regard. I can hear footsteps coming down the hall, specifically from which side. Definitely something to consider as well when you're gaming. So in short, just from gamer to gamer, I'm not like a go ham competitive gamer, audiophile, this or that, just simple gamer. I had a whole lot more fun with the Kraken V3 Pro than I did with the BlackShark V2 Pro. If you can go up for the Kraken V3 Pro with the Hypersense, it is totally worth it in my opinion over the BlackShark V2 Pro. And it's not just worth it a little bit, it's significantly worth it. This makes the gaming experience just a whole nother level. So hopefully this helps you and kind of gives you some guidance as far as the audio quality goes for both of these, and let me know what you think in the comments.